Hi everyone. I hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day weekend. I'm just checking in and checking out the polls that we did over the long weekend, and I see you guys are super shy, so you guys shouldn't be afraid to do my Google form polls because when you do them I can't see who's doing them and they're completely anonymous. And so let's just see what the results were. I hope everyone had all of their Valentine's Day dreams come true, and if not, maybe love will find you soon. I also know that it can take a long time to find love, and that's kind of why we've been doing these Valentine's Day polls. And also, what so many of my songs are about is the pain of love and all of that. So I'm just going to do the first poll first, and try to see if I'll have to switch my camera to the other side in order to see the poll results. All right, so I've got my screen facing the poll results in Google Forms. And we can see we got 13 results, so you guys are very shy. And the main choices were restaurant. Oh, and again, the question was select the date idea that is closest to your dream date. So what your dream date was for Valentine's Day. And it says restaurant, take out, stay in, the movies, bowling, laser tag, special dinner at home, country drive, or weekend getaway. Let's see the results. So there's almost like a tie between these three here. So they're exactly tied. But the biggest one was take out and stay in. And with our Netflix and chill culture in North America, you can definitely see how that could be. Though probably not completely conclusive with only 4 people. And then the runner-up was restaurant. So that's no surprise either, especially in this cold weather, wanting to eat delicious food. And then the runners-up were bowling, which is very old-fashioned. Weekend getaway, I could definitely see people wanting to do that. And arcade. And we were talking about the fact that society is so often not accepting of our flaws, and then we are talking about the idea of flaws in a partner and what we would accept and wouldn't accept. And also I was talking about how shallowness is almost one of the things that I can't stand in a potential partner, and that's probably one of the reasons why I'm single. So I'm just going to go through these results and we're going to see what you guys said. All right, so with these results, you can see that there's yet another kind of, oh wow, squanders money was one of the big ones here. So it looks like 2 people did almost all of these, and we only got 8 responses. So that's why it's so important to do my poll so that we can see more what people would say. So the ones that were the most out of all of these, rudeness, shallow, conceited, selfish, squanders money, messy, terrible cook, for flaws that you can't deal with and is a deal breaker in a potential partner. The ones that were absolute deal breakers were squanders money, so spending your money, just blowing money all over the place. Dishonest, so not being truthful and things like that. Shallow, which was actually mine, so I might have influenced that a little bit. And then there's some runners up here, and it was conceited, so very full of yourself, and selfish. So that's rather interesting. So I'm just going to scroll down here the best I can so we can go to the next question. I'm glad that went smoothly. Now this one says, what flaw would you overlook in your potential sweetheart? So the last one was absolute deal breakers. Can't deal with it whatsoever. And here are the ones that I suggested maybe would be potentials. So weight, physical appearance, poor, know-it-all, education level. So maybe they had no education, troubled past, crazy recipes, age, and messy. So I know that these things often come up. So let's just take a look. Looks like there's a lot of ties here. So let's start with the one that was the worst. So it looks like, and this is interesting because we only have like 1 for all the others and only 2 for weight, physical appearance. So this particular one doesn't really tell us very much because it's such a split. So that just kind of says that
people have different preferences in terms of what you would overlook. So you can try to see if one of them is not included. So I don't see age here. So that tells me that you guys don't care about age, or age wasn't something that you would overlook. So anyways, I'm going to move on from that one because it wasn't all that conclusive. And now let's see this one. What is one flaw in yourself that is central to who you are and you hope your potential partner can accept? So let's take a look what the options are. So these are things about yourself that you hope that your potential partner can accept. Skeptical, loves to win an argument. That sounds like me in a nutshell. Wacky style, insecurity, generous to a fault, independent, very shy or introverted, or have a fear or phobia. So again, what is one flaw in yourself that you would need your partner to accept? So as you can see, I didn't do this one about body and things like that. We looked at more the internal, and we have a split here between being too independent, which usually being independent is a good thing, but some of you saw that as a flaw. Very shy or introverted, and loves to win an argument. So it sounds like there's one other person or two other people other than myself that like to win arguments. And now we can just go down and see what these runners up were. Feeling insecure, which we've all experienced, and generous to a fault. I could see that with how empathetic all of you guys are and how caring you are. So that pretty much concludes my polls for Valentine's Day.
I hope you guys all enjoyed my Valentine's Day segment and polls. And don't forget, my song Empty Steps is coming out now in about 1 to 2 weeks. Just waiting on the last minute things like copyright and things like that and distribution. So I can't wait. And I will inform you all when it's on various streaming platforms. And we will have more of these conversations about flaws and all kinds of things related to self-worth and self-love in the future, and all kinds of crazy topics. So thank you guys all, and I hope you had a happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see what's happening next.